Welcome back, everyone. We are live, and it is very, very late Thursday evening. So we will see if we could put up the numbers like we've been doing in our last couple lives. But without a doubt, we have breaking news to cover, and let's let the YouTube algorithm kick in and see what we can get here. Who is available tonight? But of course, you're probably watching the replay if you're not available now. Do a quick sound check on my end, and we'll do it for you guys. All right, we do sound good. Okay, and we have some people watching. Fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining us. It is late Thursday, 100%, maybe 99% be Friday by the time you're watching this and get this live. You're probably watching the replay, but that's totally okay. We have break to cover. After months and months of inaction, the governor has finally stepped up to the plate and has finally done something. Many other states took this action months ago, and this state is definitely behind, and it's unfortunate because the residents in this state seem to be one of the most vulnerable populations in the country with some of the highest prices in the country. So it is simply unfortunate that it took this long, but nonetheless, we should still be grateful that she did take some action. So we're going to be covering what the state of New York is doing, what the governor just announced and is now in effect for the people of New York. Again, it's unfortunate that it took this long to get here, months and months of people suffering and having to pay insane prices at the pump. And not that this will necessarily make a tremendous dent in the prices, but any little bit of amount helps. So we're going to get started into this breaking news. But before we do, of course, make sure you guys do a couple things for me. Number one, give this video a tremendous thumbs up, smash the like button, whether you're watching the replay or live. It will help with the YouTube algorithm to support me and the channel. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you are subscribed. Click that big red button and have notifications turned on. That bell will notify you every time we upload a brand new video and go live. And we'll be doing another cash giveaway once we hit 20,000 subscribers, which could be right around the corner at the pace we're going. And if you want to get some free stocks, links are down below. With that being said, let's get started and dive right into today's breaking news. So we've talked about how, there are certain forms of stimulus, not necessarily in the form of a stimulus payment as most people would know it. There's also gas stimulus, and we've been seeing that play out in many, many states, red and blue, across the country. Of course, in light of the sky-high, record-breaking gas prices that we have not seen in our lifetimes. And one of the most vulnerable suffering populations of these high prices is the state of New York, with New York having some of, if not the highest prices in the country, depending on which area of New York, but New Yorkers are definitely having to bear the brunt at the pump. Well, the governor is finally taking action and just announced a gas tax holiday. So let's talk about these details, what it means for you, what it means for New Yorkers. I'm a New Yorker myself. I do not drive. However, I think I could have some insight on this for you guys. And I know we have some New York viewers as well that have been telling us about the nonstop prices. They update us every single week, every single month as the prices continue to go up with no reprieve. So here we go. What is going on? Well, New York's gas tax holiday goes into effect just this week. So as of yesterday, at the time I'm recording this, Wednesday, gas prices are now at record highs, of course, following Memorial Day weekend. It only did not help, might only put salt in the wound, but the gas tax holiday was proposed in New York earlier this year when inflation and the war in Ukraine sent oil prices into the stratosphere, leading to statewide per gallon prices of over $4 at the pump. Now, that seems like nothing compared to today's prices. If we would do anything to get those prices back. New York's average price per gallon was $4.93 as of May 28th, amounting to a 60% hike compared to last year at this time, when it was just $3.08. Again, we would do anything to get those prices back. Meanwhile, the national average was $4.62 on Tuesday, up from $3.05 a year ago. In order to lessen this strain on New Yorkers' wallets amid rising costs for other consumer goods and the daily living costs, New York lawmakers proposed to ditch the state's gas tax this year, which in total adds 48 cents to each gallon pumped by drivers. Not that significant, but not bad at the same time. So how will this suspension work? A version of the gas tax proposal passed in the state's budget in April, and it will move the state's motor fuel and state sales tax from June 1st to December 31st, cutting the cost for drivers by about 16 cents a gallon at New York gas stations. Now, this is actually pretty generous considering the fact that a lot of these state tax holidays for gas that we're seeing are only in effect for basically the summer, some till September. This one actually goes all the way to almost the new year of 2023. So, yes, New Yorkers did have to wait longer to get this gas tax holiday compared to other states, but they'll be able to save this money at the pump for a longer period of time than other states, as this program and legislation will be in effect and enacted for a longer period of time. Since then, a number of New York counties also moved their cap rather to the local sales tax on gasoline. The municipalities would collect a flat rate sales tax on each gallon, which ranges from 8 and 12 cents per gallon, depending on the county, instead of a percentage, usually around 4%, which fluctuates with the gas price. Most of these caps expire in November or December of this year. Now, the revenue lost by suspending the state's motor fuel and sales tax on gasoline, which amounts to $585 million, nearly $600 million over 7 months. It will come out of the state's general fund. So hopefully taxpayers will then not have to pay for this ultimately. But of course, New York does have some of the highest taxes as far as income taxes in the country. And so indirectly, perhaps the taxpayer is going to be paying for this. A little more than 80% of the motor fuel tax portion, or about $292 million over that time, would also go to repair of highways and bridges, while the remainder goes to mass transit subsidies. So there's also money helping New Yorkers in other ways, not just with the gas. Now, according to what we understand, there are some people happy with it, some people disappointed. The suspension will bring an estimated $600 million in savings to New Yorkers this year, according to State Senator John Mannion, who is a Democrat from Eads, and he said this Tuesday on Twitter. And he said, quote, "Rising gas prices hurt families and our economy, and we are doing everything possible at the state level to lower costs." And then we also have some other reaction from other state politicians. And for example, we have Lisa Daglian, who's the executive director of the Permanent Citizens Advisory Committee, which is a commuter group. And she has said in April, this sets a dangerous precedent and opens the door to setting triggers for a suspension. This important revenue of gas prices too high, or rating the revenue for other uses. So she actually thinks this could have an adverse effect. State Assembly member Angelo Santabarbera, who's a Democrat from Rotterdam, a major proponent of the state gas tax legislation this year, pushed back, saying that many communities, especially in upstate, are built for a driving populace and don't have quality mass transit systems. He said the roads are bloodlines. So to say that we want to discourage people to drive means that people aren't going to work, people aren't going shopping, people aren't going to visit their families. He also sent a letter earlier this month to New York's congressional delegation, pushing them to suspend the federal gas tax. After the challenges of the past 2 years, families deserve all the relief we can provide, he wrote in this May 20th letter. While we have done our part here in New York, suspending the federal gas tax can have a greater impact and help working class families save more of their hard-earned money during the crisis. So definitely some opinions. And all right, we got Terry here telling us that it is 4:53 in Northeast Tennessee. And this administration, she's blaming on the administration. So certainly people to blame here on difference of opinion, but that is what is going on in New York. Don't want to make this too long. So it is great that Kathy Hochul finally came through and we're able to get something done for New Yorkers. Hopefully this isn't the last of it. Hopefully that New Yorkers can also look forward to other forms of stimulus, not just in regards to gas, because certainly New Yorkers need it, especially the low income and even middle income, right? Middle income isn't even considered middle class anymore in the state of New York, and it's sort of a microcosm of the remainder of the country. So hopefully something else gets done and it doesn't stop here. Hopefully this could build up some momentum and create a domino effect of other forms of stimulus in the state of New York, because the people definitely need it. So we'll keep our eyes peeled, see what goes down in the state of New York and other states across the country for state stimulus. Thank you. Interesting. Thank you so much, Terry. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely share it on social media, get the word out, share with a friend or two. And of course, make sure that you give this video a tremendous thumbs up, smash the like button, make sure you are subscribed and have notifications turned on. Make sure that you use the links down below in the description of this video. Sign up with the brokerage platforms or Robinhood and or Webull. We'll get some free stocks. some valued up to thousands of dollars in some cases. So let us know what stocks you get. And if you want to connect with me on social media, I am on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Use the links down below in the description. I look forward to meeting you there. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you so much to everyone that hopped on live so late this evening. And of course, everyone watching the replay. Take care for now and see you in the next one.